Chapter 2. The next day, Red found himself in Bird Court. He would have to answer questions about the Hatch Day party fiasco. Bird Court sat in the middle of Bird Village and was where birds went whenever they needed to settle a disagreement. Not many birds had disagreements, so having to go to court was a big deal. Red was nervous as Eva began to explain her side of the story. To make matters worse, behind Bird Court stood a giant statue of Mighty Eagle, the birds' hero and protector. Many years ago, Mighty Eagle had saved the birds from an unknown foe, and now he was a legend. Even though he had not been seen in years, every bird was in awe of their brave and mighty hero and savior. Judge Peckinpah ran Bird Court. He was a tiny bird who wanted the others to think he was large and powerful. Under his flowing judge robes, he stood on top of another bird, Cyrus, so that he could appear taller and more impressive. Even when he was off duty, the judge never appeared anywhere without his robes and without standing on top of Cyrus. Being important and having every bird think he was important was Judge Peckinpah's #1 priority. He also liked to hear the sound of his own voice. He could not wait for Eva to finish explaining what had happened at the Hatch Day party so he could begin grilling Red. Red had been listening to Eva for some time now and was getting angry. He wanted to defend himself. He knew that this bird family was out to get him.
"We were looking forward to a natural hatching, Your Honor," Eva said dramatically. "There was going to be music and flowers, and the first faces he was going to see were his loving mothers and fathers." She looked at Red and narrowed her eyes. "We can never get that moment back."
Red sighed, then stood and addressed the court. "Ma'am, I never wanted my face to be the first face your baby saw." He looked over at the baby bird, which smiled at Red and shouted,
"Daddy!"
Red scowled, then continued. "Ladies and gentlemen, am I a passionate person? Yes, guilty as can be. But I worked very hard to get that cake there on time." Red pointed at Edward and could barely contain his anger. "And he wouldn't even try it." As the crowd whispered to each other in shock, Judge Peckinpah banged his gavel on the desk and turned his attention to Red. Red rolled his eyes. He knew that a boring speech was coming.
"Mr. Red, we are a happy bird community. Under the protection of Mighty Eagle, we work, we play, we laugh, we love. We live our lives free from conflict and strife. So what am I to make of the lack